This video is a tribute to Floyd and Dorothy Haymore for the 2014 reunion. Start with a man and you have one. Add on a woman and you have two. Add on a child and you have what they call a family. Floyd and Dorothy Haymore were married on the 7th of June, 1945, and had 6 children. A boy at first and a boy at last, with 4 girls in between, plus 1 foster child from the church's Indian placement program, Lorinda Bradley, a Navajo Native American from Kayenta, Arizona. Floyd came from a family of 15 children and lived in Prescott, Arizona. He helped his father work a dairy farm. He also hunted deer and had fun riding horses in his spare time. His father, author Samuel Haymore, was called to be the first bishop in Gilbert, Arizona, when they moved to the Valley of the Sun. Dorothy came from a family of 12 children and lived in Pocatello, Idaho. Floyd met her while she was visiting her sister, Shirley, and Kenton Pincock in Mesa, Arizona, at a Menzona dance. They wrote back and forth quite a bit. Grandma Hendricks told Dorothy she would marry Floyd just for his letters. Floyd purchased 100 acres from his farm and started a dairy. They lived in a small wooden so-called shack or hut on the property at first. They then built the white, flat-roofed house we all know and remember. Floyd milked 100 head of dairy cows and grew various crops such as cotton, alfalfa, and corn for silage. This required long, hard-working hours, milking, irrigating, and border and ditch cleaning. On frequent occasions, Dorothy would take hot meals to Floyd while he was in the field. They always took trips to Idaho to visit Dorothy's family to attend General Conference. On one occasion, while attending conference, Dorothy was able to shake the hand of President David O. McKay, the prophet of the church. When Floyd purchased the next morning's paper, to his surprise, that special moment was captured on the front page of the next day's newspaper. In addition to keeping his own farm up and running, Floyd contracted other land to grow crops on. One time he also contracted to cut silage on a large farm in Lordsburg, New Mexico. He purchased 7 choppers and hired several people to work on and complete the huge job. Life was not all work, however. They did take time to go on a variety of vacations and even surfboarded on the nearby canals. When Pat and Leanne were in Germany serving in the military, Floyd and Dorothy went over and spent some time with them. They also went north to Alaska with Lowell and Jiggs Griggs when Lana and David McLean were working in the fish processing plant at Excursion Inlet. Then they went to Mexico, Florida, Europe, and visited European pyramids, plus the Holy Lands and Jerusalem, including the Dead Sea. When Dale and Janelle Langkilde were going to Hawaii on their 20th anniversary, Floyd and Dorothy decided they wanted to go along too. Lana and David McLean and the Zulfelts went also. They were all able to go to the Hawaiian Temple and went to the Polynesian Cultural Center. What a great time. Floyd was an enthusiastic missionary of the 70s as well as in everyday life. Floyd and Dorothy were even more excited when they were called to serve a mission as senior service missionaries in Adam-on-Diamond. Floyd worked on the water systems and in the fields where the 12 tribes are said to come someday. Dorothy did name extractions too. Floyd also made wooden clocks and toys, including train sets for his grandchildren. Floyd and Dorothy always attended family reunions and started their tradition of having everyone get together on Thanksgiving at their home. It is a tribute to them and an honor for the Langkildes to host this 2014 reunion. I would like to conclude with one of Floyd's often recited masterpieces, The Touch of the Master's Hand.
battered and scarred, and the auctioneer felt it was hardly worth his while to waste much time on the old violin. But he held it up with a smile. Well, it sure ain't much, but it's all we got left. I guess we ought to sell it too. Oh, now who'll start the bid on this old violin? Just one more and we'll be through. And then he cried, one, give me $1. Who'll make it two? Only $2. Who'll make it three? $3 twice, now that's a good price. Now who's gonna bid for me? Raise up your hand now, don't wait any longer. The auction's about to end. Who's got four, just $1 more to bid on this old violin? La la la. Well, the air was hot and the people stood around as the sun was setting low. From the back of the crowd, a gray-haired man came forward and picked up the bow. He wiped the dust from the old violin, then he tightened up the strings. And then he played out a melody pure and sweet, sweeter than the angels sing. And then the music stopped, and the auctioneer, with a voice that was quiet and low, he said, now what am I bid for this old violin? Then he held it up with a bow. Cried out, one, give me 1,000. Who'll make it two? Only 2,000. Who'll make it three? 3,000 twice. You know that's a good price. Come on, who's gonna bid for me? And the people cried out, what made the change? We don't understand. Then the auctioneer stopped and he said with a smile, it was the touch of the master's hand. You know there's many a man with his life out of tune, battered and scarred with sin, and he's auctioned cheap to a thankless world, much like that old violin. Oh, but then the master comes, that old foolish crowd, they never understand. No, the worth of a soul, the change that is wrought just by one touch of the master's hand. Look, and he cried out, one, give me 1,000. Who'll make it two? Only 2,000. Who'll make it three? 3,000 twice. You know that's a good price. Come on, who's gonna bid for me? And the people cried out, what made the change? We don't understand. And the auctioneer stopped and he said with a smile, it was the touch. That's all it was. It was yesterday's